Another day, another weekend finished. I need a vacation. I feel like I've been saying this forever. I need a vacation. I know I got Steven's bachelor party at the end of May, but I don't know. I just so tired. I'm just so eepy. But what can you do? Just work. One of these vlogs will get 10 trillion views, and then, then I can just do this rather than this. Also, it looks like it's gonna rain, which it hasn't rained in a couple of days. That's a little sad. Which also at the same time though, I don't know, I'm rambling, it's whatever. At the same time though, I prefer the weather to be crappy while I'm working than when I'm off. Because like when I'm off, like, I can enjoy the beautiful weather versus when I'm working, like I can't. I don't know. It's gonna be a long day. What if I went to lunch and just never came back?
It's an option.
I stopped recording right as Bill came back, and I shouldn't have, because I asked my question, and then he came back and I said, "Right, Bill?" And he was like, "Sure." I was like, "Holy shit, we get to go home, boys." I fumbled the bag on that one. I would have had irrefutable video proof. Today so far has gone pretty decently, I'd say. Finished the order, which is kind of a bitch, but they always are. Made it out on the other side alive, though. It's so much gibble. So much gibble. We actually did it pretty quickly today. To be fair, they came in earlier than they normally do, so we had that going for us rather than against us. But I digress. It's a slow day, though. I'm going to go up front in about an hour, which I'm not looking forward to because I really would like zero time at the counter today. But, alas, here we are. I've been really, I talked about it briefly. Well, not briefly. There was a whole segment dedicated to it. But I am trying very hard not to purchase that camera. It's difficult. Because it's like a constant battle of justification for me. Because it's like, do I need another camera? No. Do I want another camera? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? And so that's the struggle. It's like justifying, could it be better used? Yeah, it's just a whole struggle. I'm not going to end up actually buying one, but Lord knows I want one. Lord knows. Oh, that's Bill walking across the parking lot. He thought I was kidding when I said I'll see him there. I just saw this poor lady get out of her car and try and lock the car, and it just kept squealing at her, and it was a Toyota, and I know the sound because my Lexus does the same thing, and she just forgot to turn her car off. And the amount of times I've come back from lunch and try to lock my car and it's just screaming at me, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I realize that it's still running. I've been there, done that. Have plenty of t-shirts. Not a victory for the OGs. Taking down the Orgaday. I just met McKenna to pick up dinner. We're gonna have ourselves a little family-style buffet action as soon as we get home. I'm excited for that. I feel also very bad for her because she greatly overestimated her nap. My left eye is not working currently, but she overestimated her nap, and so she woke up not too long ago, and she has to go back to bed pretty soon. So that's gonna be fun for her. But I digress. Work, whack, and cringe. You guys know that. You've seen it. It is what it is. What was there? I feel like there was something at the end of my day that I wanted to talk about, but I can't think of it now. I don't know. Weather's clearing up. Like, the sky wasn't kind of spooky earlier, like, especially that way, which would be south. It was real dark and real scary, and then we're going towards a little bit clear skies over here. But we'll see. I think it's supposed to rain a little bit this week, and I think next week it's supposed to be, like, ludicrous. It's supposed to be so nice, and I'm very excited for that. Our staff training day on Monday got canceled. World's smallest violin. I was not exactly looking forward to it just because I have to be there so early, and then it's just 8 hours of lecture, and if I wanted 8 hours of lecture, I'd go back to school. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really one to be super thrilled by the idea. I know a lot of other staff members really enjoy them and actually like need them because like it's, you know, just great learning opportunity and knowledge is key, especially where we are, but I'm not losing any sleep. If anything, I'm gaining sleep. I actually am gaining sleep because I get to sleep in that day because I won't be working. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so with that all in mind, today, relatively middle of the road, relatively low-key, nothing too crazy. I'm still very infatuated with my camera, but the internal struggle I'm having, the debate that I'm having is, one, could that money be better used elsewhere? Of course it could be. Two, do I really need a new camera? That's like the end-all, be-all, final question, the last boss question. Every time I want to buy a new camera, do I really need one? No, I don't. But my head goes to like the content creator brain of like, what if I review the camera? What if I like do XYZ? The main thing, and I'm sure as other creators that may watch or other people in general may be watching, one of the main reasons I want to do any amount of review about any amount of product, and we'll finish with this thought, is that I have questions that I don't see answered by a plethora of reviews. And maybe it's just because it's like a niche thing to wonder about or worry about. And to be fair, not every single person is subjected to this. I have seen my questions answered in some reviews. However, one of my like overarching questions with cameras specifically is the in-body microphone. I just don't have a shotgun mic. I have a couple of clippy mics. I know I got them for when I was going to do softball vlogs. That obviously never came to fruition. But like I have microphones, I just don't have the shotgun mic or the directional mic. And part of it, one, I like to keep my setup as minimal as possible. Also with like my DJI and with the Insta360, I just don't like, it feels overkill to put the microphone on them. In some cases it makes sense, you know, especially, I mean, it's circumstantial, you know what I'm saying? I think for these instances, I don't really need one. If I was doing something in a very crowded area where I need to isolate my audio, obviously, yes, of course. But I think for these vlogs and how I make my videos, an external mic is not like at the top of my list of things I need. So I'm always constantly worried about the internal mic on these things. And obviously, as you know, technology progresses, they get better and better, but that's a question I always have is what does the in-body mic sound like? And that's like a big question. Does that justify spending $650 to answer that question for myself and the other people that are asking it? I don't know. But I think that's justification enough to not buy the damn camera. Enjoy the sunset. What's left of it, at least.